Okay, hello everybody. Let me get my hair together. Okay, so hello everybody. This is my full testimony, and I talk with my hands, but this is my full testimony on how everything started. So last year, November 9th is when my life drastically changed in the blink of an eye. Okay. Now, it started when I said a prayer. So this is the beginning of November. So I'm going to say I said this prayer maybe October 10th. So I was talking to God since 2020. I've been manifesting. Well, my manifestation started in 2016 with my first dream car, which was my Camaro. I seen it, I said I was gonna get it, and I got it. Black everything, black tint, rims, she was called 60 Black. So that's the first time I realized I manifest, but that was years later because I really didn't even know what manifestation was back then. So I made my vision board the end of 2020. And that's when stuff started happening in my life. So at this point, it's last year, October 23rd. So I'm just like, okay, God, like when I made my vision board, I've been working on preparing myself to be a godly wife. That's on my vision board. It's been on my vision board. And when I say prepare me to be a godly wife, it's not necessarily just about being a church woman, but being a godly woman who's going to be able to love a man right, a godly woman who can be able to look at people and see the God in them, a godly woman who is going to treat everybody like they want to be treated, a godly woman who is going to encourage people and lead people in the right direction and not think with your flesh and be in your feelings about certain things and you treat people wrong because something has triggered you and you kind of like shut them out or you just brush them off. I want to be a godly woman who is also going to love a man right, where every time something happens, I don't shut down and I don't treat him like the men treated me. And my past, being full of forgiveness, being able to love openly without still holding on to things of the past, being able to deal with only one man, like not running to another man or my old man every time something doesn't work out with my new man. So that was the things I really wanted to focus on as far as being a godly wife and letting God lead my relationship, stuff like that. So that's what I've been working on, healing myself, forgiving things. It's tricky, it's difficult, and it's challenging, but it's worth it. So now fast forward 2024, I'm healed. But again, last year, 2023, I said this prayer and I was just like, God, whatever it is that's blocking me from having children, please remove it so I'll be able to give my husband kids when it's time. So, and I've always prayed the removal prayer. Anybody that's not for me, remove them. Anything that's keeping me from being what you want me to be, take it away. Guide me to be a better person. And when I said that prayer about having children, I'm thinking, it's gonna be people bad mouthing or something like that. I didn't think it was gonna be what it was because I had already went to the doctor the beginning of that year and I didn't have no issues. Now 2016, 2017, I went to the doctor And they did tell me I had a cyst, but the cyst was small. When I went back, they said it was gone. So when I went, what was that, 2022? Had to be 2022. And they did my ultrasound, everything was fine. But, so, after I said that prayer, God started telling me environment. So I'm telling the people around me, like, God keeps saying something to me about my environment. So I'm like, I don't know what he means. Like, I don't know what he's saying. Like, okay, is it me moving? Like, what is going to be my environment change? So, because that's what I was working on, moving. So I had already started packing my stuff because I had already had in my head, I'm moving, I'm gonna get the place I want, I'm gonna be able to furnish it. I got all this stuff in my head, y'all. So, environment, that's all environment. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what God's talking about, but I'm steady telling people, God keeps saying something about my environment, but I don't know what he's trying to tell me when it comes to my environment. So, okay, I go, before I even go with my mom, I'm Ubering, I'm catering, I'm bartending, I'm doing hair, I'm still performing, doing music. So, at this point, I was Ubering. And after I said that prayer, there was a car on the highway. Because I did Uber overnight, during the day, in the morning. So this probably like late in the night. So I'm driving. It's me and another car on the road, and then another car comes. The car ends up hitting the wall, okay? The car ended up hitting the wall. So when the car hits the wall, it spins. I'm able to move out the way and not get hit. So I'm like, okay, whew, thank God I was able to avoid this accident, because the car literally hit the wall and spin. So I'm like, okay, I gotta hurry up and get over. I seen it as it was spinning, so I'm like, okay, let me get over here. I was able to avoid that. After that, I went to see my mom. I think I was there for like 4 days. I still Ubered and made my money out there. Before I went to my mom, that's when I was on the way to go bartend for college. And on my way to go bartend, it was a car in front of me. So I'm like, why in the world will this car stop like that? So as I see, it's a deer going across the highway. We're on the highway. Crossing by Memorial Drive, it's a deer going across the highway. As the deer is going across the highway, a car hits the deer. So now, when the car hit the deer, I see the deer going, sliding. At this point, it wasn't like up going, it was flat land sliding across the highway. So I'm like, okay, I see, I go this way. I avoid it. I come this way. Now it went that way, now it's going back this way, so I go this way. Honey, by the time I try to help avoid on this, I go this way, the deer had done went under the car. So at this point, I gotta pull over. It ain't even my car. So at this point, now I gotta pull over to see what's going on with this car, because now it's smoking. So then I had to call the owner of the car, which was my best friend. And at that point, she ain't had no insurance. It is what it is. But God worked everything out. So she didn't have no insurance, so I couldn't call the police, because then the car wouldn't be towed. So I'm like, okay. I called my god brother to see what parts I needed. She knew somebody that worked on cars. Called him to see what parts I needed. I was able to get the parts for the car when I was in Memphis working. I even sent her the money to get to work, but it was so expensive for her to get to work. She didn't even go to work. So while I'm in Memphis, I'm working. I got the parts for the car, sent it to her. She got the car fixed. The grill was messed up a little bit, but she told me not to worry about that right now. So I'm like, whew, thank God. I already paid my rent. Now, here it is. I'm back in Atlanta. I was already feeling kind of pain on this side when I was in Memphis. And I think I did my mom's hair, actually. I did my mom's hair. And she paid me for that too. So I made money while I was in Memphis. So I'm like, okay, I'm hurting. It was like a pain, a sharp pain on my side. So I'm like, well, let me drink some water. So it went away. At this point, I'm back in Atlanta. I took my friend hair out. And I was like, I gotta go lay down or something, because at this point it's like pressure, like gas. Like, you know how you gotta pass gas and it's just not coming out, or you gotta go to the bathroom, do number 2, and it's just not coming out, and you feel the pressure. That's what it felt like. So I'm like, all right, well, let me burp or something. So I got a ginger ale. You know, ginger ale gonna make you burp. So I got a ginger ale. That didn't help. So I'm like, all right, well, let me lay down. So I go lay down. I get up. At this point, I gotta go to the bathroom. So at this point, I'm leaning, like leaning on the wall to walk to go to the bathroom. So then my homegirl came and she was like, well, do you want some medicine to help? So I took some medicine. So she gave me some medicine. It was a pain pill. That pain pill did not work. By the time I woke up, I could not reach up, like how I'm back like this and I'm like this. No, man, no, sir. I could not do any of that, okay? I couldn't do nothing. I'm like, and I'm sliding. I had to slide out the bed. So they was like, you're gonna have to go to the hospital. You're gonna have to go to the hospital. So I'm still trying not to go to the hospital, y'all, because I'm like, it's gonna go away. Honey, we called the ambulance, we called 911. They asked too many goddamn questions. They asked too many questions for me. Like, honey, I'm in pain. At this point, I can't even really do a whole lot of talking like that. So my best friend dropped me off at the hospital. I'm on the phone with my other best friend. She stayed in Tampa, well, St. Pete. So I'm on the phone with her. At this point, like, I'm like this walking in the hospital. Like, I'm like this walking in the hospital. So I get in the hospital, I'm waiting, my best friend on the phone with me, and they take me back there. They ask me, you know, what's your pain or whatever. I finally get to the room. At this point, I'm hurting. They gave me morphine. They gave me fentanyl. The only thing what's the other medicine? Hydra something. Whatever, it didn't work. So the pill that I did take at home, now got me high. I'm like, I see why people be taking these pills now, because it gets you high. I was high. I think it's gonna take away the pain. It ain't taking away no pain. I was still in pain, but I was floating. And this was before I even went to the bed. So now I'm in the bed. I'm just hurting. Nothing is working. So they're like, you still hurting? I'm like, yes, I'm still hurting. So they took a P test. Everything came back good. They're like, okay, we're gonna have to do a CT scan. At this point, I done been there about 5 hours. They giving me all this medicine. Nothing working. They running tests, trying to wait for the test results. Nothing coming back. So like, okay, we're gonna have to give you a CT scan, and we're gonna have to give you an ultrasound, because like, well, where is it hurting? So at that, I'm like, I'm still like slow walking, y'all. I'm still slow walking. Like, I'm talking about, I was in so much pain. That pain was at 1,000. It ain't no 10, it's not 100. That pain was at 1,000, okay? My pain was at 1,000. So nothing is working what they're giving me. Thoradol was the only thing that made my pain less. I was still hurting, but it wasn't as much pain as I was. That was the only type of medicine that worked. That fentanyl didn't work, that morphine didn't work, and that hydrazone, whatever it is, that didn't work. So they do the CT scan, they do my ultrasound, and I see when the lady giving me the ultrasound, I see she put a whole bunch of question marks in here. So I'm like, what the world this lady got going on? Like, what is going on? So I'm scared at this point, because I see her putting these question marks. So then the lady come back. At this point, it's in the morning the next day. So I got there probably like 12, maybe 11 midnight. At this point, it's probably like 9 in the morning. I'm just in pain, still in pain. So they come and they like, we found a cyst, and we don't know if it's cancerous. So at this point, I'm scared. She's like, we're gonna have to transfer you to another hospital, one that specifies with OBGYN. So I called my mom, let her know what's going on. I called my best friend. I called my sister. I had told my other best friend. She hysterical a little bit, because She already lost her dad. So I'm scared because I'm like, not only do I got a cyst, now you're telling me it could be cancerous and I'm in so much pain. I'm so scared and I'm just praying. So at this point, I'm by myself. Nobody's there. My best friend said she was coming. She never came. At this point, my mom, she's on the way from Memphis. She sent my Aunt Kay to meet me at the hospital. And like, I'm scared. So when I get there, cause they have to ride an ambulance. So even as they got me in the ambulance, I'm still in pain. Every time we go over a bump, it's hurting even worse. So I get to the second hospital. At this point, I'm even more scared because now I done went from one hospital to the next hospital. And now I'm scared because I don't know if I got cancer, I got a cyst, and I'm still in pain. Like, I was just, I was in so much pain. I have never been in that much pain in my life. So I'm probably in the hospital and they finally put me in a room. So I'm probably there 10 minutes, my Aunt Kay there. So that made me feel better. By this point, I need help walking. That's how much pain I'm in. At this point, I can't even walk on my own. They gotta help me to the bathroom. My aunt had to wipe my behind, and I'm a very independent person. I thank God all the time for being able to walk, to be able to feed myself, for my bones being strong. Like, I'm one of the people that really thank God for the smallest things, because growing up, I seen somebody that was in a wheelchair when we was in elementary school. They never walked. Somebody had to feed them, so I always thank God that I could walk on my own, that I could write, that I could feed myself. So at this point, I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed because somebody else got to wipe my behind. I'm already scared, and it's my first time going through this. So the doctor come in and they like, we see that you have a cyst and it's ruptured, so you're gonna have to do emergency surgery in the morning. So I'm like, okay. So then she probably was gone 5 minutes. And she come back. By this point, my Aunt Kay called my mama on the phone. She was like, not only do you have a cyst that's ruptured, it's 8 centimeters. And she was like, you also have a fibroid on your fallopian tube, and your fibroid is wrapped up in your fallopian tube. So I'm gonna have to do emergency surgery right now. You're gonna have to give me permission to allow me to be able to go inside and do the surgery. So I'm like, what? You telling me I gotta give you permission? I was like, well, what you gonna have to take out? She was like, I don't know what I'm gonna have to take out. So at this point, I'm scared. And before the doctor even came and told me that, people ask me what's going on, so I'm telling them, like, it could be cancer. Oh, well, if it's cancer, they gotta do this, they gotta do that. Well, what they saying? First of all, I'm already in pain. Y'all ask me all these questions when I done told y'all what this doctor done said. I already told y'all what the doctor done said. Like, y'all keep asking me questions, y'all not here. I just felt like, if you cared enough, you would've came down there. Nobody came down there, and then I'm telling them what the doctor's saying. And they steady asking me questions like the doctor's lying or something. Like, it can't be cancerous, or but if it's cancer, they're gonna do a biopsy. All I know is I got a cyst, it could be cancerous, and I gotta get surgery. So now I'm even more scared because now she's telling me I got a fibroid right in my fallopian tube. She don't know what she's gonna have to take out. So I'm praying, I'm like, Lord, I just prayed about having kids. I know I ain't gonna be like that girl on the green leaf that can't have no kids. So, whew. So, my mom on the phone. If you know my mama, y'all know how she is. So she like, you better let it do what she gotta do. I'm on the way. You need to go ahead and let her do whatever it is that she gotta do to take it out. Cause at this moment, I'm having to pray about this thing because I'm scared. So I'm texting my cousin because she's holistic. So I'm like, telling her what's going on. She was like, well, do you gotta get surgery? They can't wait. I'm like, the way she talking, she's saying she gonna have to take this out now. I could die. That's basically what she said. I have to make a decision or I can die because I'm already in pain. At this point, I can't wipe myself. I can't walk by myself. She's saying they can't let me stay in the pain. I have to make a decision on what I'm gonna do. So I prayed about it. I told God I trust him. I told her I'm gonna let her go ahead and do the surgery. So they give me the anesthesia. At this point, the cyst, when it's rupturing, that's why I was in so much pain, because the cyst had ruptured. Like, the cyst is basically leaking. The cyst is the size of a baby head. Okay, it's a whole 8-centimeter cyst in my body that has ruptured. And so they take me back. I'm scared. I was trying to stay woke as much as I could, but by the time I got back there, I remember them working. I remember them cutting me open, working, and then I went to sleep. I was out. When I woke up, I didn't know whether I was alive or not, and I was scared. So I heard the nurse talking, asking them a man a question or something. So she was talking about my birthday or something. And so I ended up telling her, she was like, you up? I was like, yeah, I'm up. And when I woke up, the first thing I could think about was my mom done, but my sister, because something happened when I was out in the dream where I don't know what happened with my sister, but it's like she was real worried. That's the main thing I remember. So I had to call. I was like, I need to call Mike. So when I got out of surgery, Piggy was there. Like, y'all don't know how happy I was to see somebody's face. Yes, my Aunt Kay was there, and I love my Aunt Kay, and I was happy for her, honey, because woo, she really helped me. She was really there. She was there right before the surgery. She was there after the surgery. She stayed there until my mom and them got there. And when I seen Piggy's face after the surgery, that just whew, made me feel so relief. And I couldn't go back to sleep after that surgery. I don't know why, I just couldn't sleep. I was nervous, I was scared, but I was not in no pain. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Because I was not in that pain no more. But I still couldn't really walk by myself. So, my mom and them ended up coming, and I was good. Then I started coughing. At this point, I'm coughing up cold, I'm coughing up blood. They done gave me some cough drops, they done gave me some cough medicine, ain't nowhere. So my mom like, y'all need to figure out what's going on with her. She keep coughing. I couldn't even go to sleep at that point. I was there for what, 5 days? I didn't get no sleep till the last night because I kept coughing. I kept coughing. At this point, I'm coughing every goddamn 3 seconds. I'm coughing. So finally, I got pneumonia. I done caught pneumonia while they gave me my surgery. Okay, I caught pneumonia while they gave me my surgery. Not only that, while the girl doing my like IV thing, I don't know what she did, but she didn't do it right. And now, my hand swole up. Hopefully I can add these pictures to these videos, but my hand swole. I'm talking about my hand so swole, it's really, and it's stinging. So now, not only do I got pneumonia and can't stop coughing, now my hand swole, and I'm looking crazy. So I'm just like, Lord, what is going on? So then, I'm like, thank you, Lord, for the surgery and everything. So I was still able to have kids because I still got my right fallopian tube. And then after that, the people who said they was coming to the hospital, they never came. At this point, I can't do nothing for 2 to 3 months. So I can't work. Mind you, I do hair. I bartend. I cater. I do Uber. I can't do any of that. Okay, I can't do none of that. Okay. So all the people who said they was coming to the hospital, they never came. After the surgery, at this point, I can't pay the rent up. So I gotta get all my stuff out and move. So the person who offered and said they gonna help me get my stuff out, they didn't come through. Why would you offer somebody to get their stuff out and you don't come through? And I just needed the truck. I didn't even need the person to do nothing. I just needed the truck. They ain't come through. Now my mama, she went and got the truck. Her and Saka moved my stuff out. After this, people just was worried about the wrong thing. Somebody was mad because my friend came to the hospital. They didn't come see them. Then my other friend, I don't know what was wrong with her. She had a whole attitude, making fun because I had to go through, because I was doing taxes. She talking about, I ain't got no car, I ain't got no place, but I'm doing taxes. But you're supposed to be my right hand. And that's one of the people who said they was coming to the hospital that didn't come. Somebody who's supposed to be my right hand, she worried about what's my plans and what I'm doing instead of asking me, am I okay? These people I see every day. These people I run up and down the road for years, always there. And it started making sense on why God was saying he was changing my environment. And he changed my environment because I went from Atlanta, Georgia to Memphis because I can't walk. I can't wipe my behind. I can't trust nobody to take me no bath. And I can't trust nobody to feed me and give me my medicine on time. So now I have to leave Atlanta and go to Memphis with my mother. So it was just a big transition for me. And a lot of people I don't talk to no more. I keep in contact with the people that I look at like family. The people who checked on me, it was quite a few friends who didn't check on me, but they apologized and I was like, I apologize for not checking on you. I apologize for not being there for you because you was always there for me. The other people, I just don't talk to them more because my thing is, if you say you're gonna do something that's at a point where it's life and death, and you say you come and you don't come, or y'all just worry about the wrong thing. Like, instead of worrying about my health and worrying about my healing. It was a lot going on. I was already stressed. I already can't walk. I was 35, gotta walk with a walker, gotta walk with a cane, walking like an old lady. I'm used to doing everything on my own. Like, it was stressful and I cried every day. Every day I cried. And I wasn't understanding why I was going through what I was going through. And God showed me that time it's okay to let people help you. The people who meant to be there, they gonna be there. And it showed me who was there for me. It showed me who wasn't there for me. Whether stuff was done on purpose or not, people's minds weren't right. And people's hearts weren't in the right place. And a lot of stuff hurt. It hurt because I had to leave a place I was so used to. It hurt because I wasn't able to make the money that I'm used to making. It hurt because I worked so hard and I had to leave. And then at this point, I can't do nothing. I didn't have no money. It's like I was without. That's how I felt. I felt I was without. I felt I was hopeless. And I was grateful to still be alive. But it's like, I'm alive and I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. Somebody who used to doing everything can't do nothing. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't even lift a pot. It took me a long time to be able to lift something. My stomach was sore. My stomach was big. I'm real self-cautious about my stomach. My stomach was big. I was gaining weight. And I couldn't do nothing. So my mom and my aunt, they're like, don't be trying to rush and do this, don't be trying to rush and do that. And it's like, I don't know what else to do, because having somebody take you a bath and wipe your behind at such a young age, it make you feel some type of way. I don't care what nobody said, make you feel some type of way. When you can't walk, it make you feel some type of way. When you can't make money and you used to making money, it make you feel some type of way. And I was still keeping faith, still thanking God, but I still was hurt and I was sad. And I just kept reading scriptures and I kept praying and I kept listening to music and I would just watch TV. And after a while, as I started healing and I was able to start doing stuff again. Now at this point, I can't find no work because I already got a case. So I wasn't really getting hired nowhere. So I started doing taxes and I made my money and I took my birthday trip, and that really helped me get back to me, because when you go through surgery and stuff like that, you be grateful because you made it out of surgery. You grateful because you're not in pain, but the healing process sucks. The healing process sucks when you have to depend on people and you're not used to depending on people. So that's something God worked with me about and letting me know it's okay to have help, letting me know I can serve, but I don't have to go out my way for people, because when it come down to me, nobody was coming out their way for me. And that hurt. And it's the people you felt like gonna be there forever. You know, y'all done made it through some stuff. No matter what happened, you know they was gonna be there, but God was just showing stuff. Grimy stuff was done. And you know, this what it is. I'm not trying to make nobody feel bad or talk about nobody, but this is my testimony and this is how it happened and this is what happened. And now I'm at a better place. I'm working and stuff, even with the case. I'm working and God is doing miracles in my life, and I still doing hair, so I'm happy to be doing that. Still bartending now, and slowly but surely things have turned around. So I'm grateful I can have kids. I'm grateful the blockage is gone. And in order for things to come true like you want, sometimes you gotta be removed from certain areas that you're used to. Your comfort zone. Everybody can't go, and it don't mean everyone is bad people. Everybody has to get their healing. Everyone has to see their faults. Everyone has to get to a point where that can grow and let God use them. And if you're praying for a certain thing and certain people aren't there, God gonna remove them, or God gonna remove you, and God removed me. So, I'm in a new atmosphere. I don't really talk to a lot of people. I focus on my family, and I do family, not friends. So I got associates. I'm more focused on business partners and things of that nature, and I'm really just grateful for what God has done for me. I'm back writing music. I'm back doing music, and yes, I make verbal music. That doesn't change who I am in God. That doesn't change who I am with God. That doesn't change my relationship with God. I've been through a lot of things. I've been around a lot of people. So I can relate to a lot of things, and I have a lot of stories to share of what I made it through. And I just feel like at a certain age you can't do it, but no matter what happened, no matter what your age is, if you want to do music, do music. If you want to do hair, do hair. If you want to open up a company, open up a company. Because when you look at Walmart and all these places, those people didn't open their companies until their 40s, late 30s. None of them did it in 18 years. None of them did it in their early 20s. So stop letting people put an age limit on what you want to do. If you want to do it, do it. Don't try to hold on to people. Not saying they can come back around later on when they get their stuff together, but y'all gotta match. Y'all brains gotta match. Y'all thinking gotta match. Y'all energy gotta match. People gotta grow. And you gotta be around people who gonna have your back just like you got their back, no matter what it is. The same way you make sacrifices for people, they gotta make sacrifices for you. The same way you come through for people, they gotta come through for you. It's no difference. It's no hard feelings. It's just life. Life is too short. You gotta have a good team. And you can't have people on your team who mind ain't right. And that's just the things that I learned within this past year. I have peace. I never knew how much peace I needed. The stuff I was going through, the stuff I was experiencing, the energy is just different. And of course I still go through stuff. That's just life, but it's not like it was. And I am grateful. And I mean, I'm just in a different headspace. I'm more focused on myself, focusing on my dreams, praying on my future husband. And I'm grateful God removed the blockage, because at least I know he heard my prayer, and I know he's going to give me a husband. So I'm grateful for that. And I can't wait to see how my life unravels or where I go from here. And I just gotta thank God, because even though I was scared, I never said, can I just pray for this? How you gonna do this? I never questioned him. I was just like, I don't know what's going on, Lord, but I got faith in you. I trust you. And that's what it was. I was scared as hell. I was scared as hell. I was scared. And to be alone, going through something in that moment is something I'll never forget. But I made it through. And I'm grateful for the people who came to see me. I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful for Aunt Pam. I'm grateful for Aunt Kay. My sister came, my uncle came, Aunt Tia came, my nephew came. People called me. And I'm grateful. It's just, it was a lot, but I made it, and I'm here. So anybody who's going through stuff with cysts, I feel your pain. Keep your strength. Pray about it, because it's a cyst, but it can mess your whole body up. It's a cyst, but it can affect you. And I know people get cysts over and over again. I know people get fibroids, and it's scary. And thank God, it took a minute. It took about 3 weeks for my results to come back for cancer, but I was cancer free. Thank God it wasn't cancerous. Okay? Thank God. Thank God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. It wasn't cancer. So, when you see me living my life, and you see me praising God, and you see me making my music, do not be trying to judge me. Either you're going to listen to the music or you ain't. When you see me bartending, don't be judging me because I'm bartending. The world, shoot, it's a trade. It's a career. Okay? It's something I like doing. I like making the drinks. Shoot, I like seeing people have a good time. And if I see they get too drunk, I don't get them no more drink. Because we can go to jail for that if something happened to them. So I do make sure I follow the laws and the rules when it comes to my bartending, when it comes to my music again. It may be vulgar, but I make music for people who go through what I go through. I was in the streets. I'm not in the streets no more, but I do still go to the bar and get a drink, or I might still club. I like to dance. But I still put God first. I still listen to my music. I still read my Bible. And if my music ain't for you, my music ain't for you. If how I dress ain't for you, how I dress ain't for you. But don't judge me. Because you don't know my life. You don't know my relationship with God. And that was my testimony. I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy I'm still here. Okay. So just know, when you see me praising God, I am a Christian. I'm a spiritual person. God works with me. He talks to me. He communicates with me. I do tarot too. I know a lot of folks be like, that's witchcraft. It is what it is. I'm a prophet. I see stuff before it happened. I have dreams, energy, discernment. I had discernment since I was a child, honey. Off rip, I know when somebody on some mess. Since I was a child, I always knew when somebody was on some mess. My dreams, they be coming true. If I tell you I seen something, most of the time it comes to pass. So, even with my own self. When I know somebody be trying to talk to me and I'm like, because this gonna happen, what happened? It always happens. So now, I don't give a flying Picasso how bad you want to talk to me. Leave me alone. Don't be wasting my time. My time is precious. Time is precious, baby. Enjoy your life while you're here. Don't get caught up in people. Don't get caught up in trying to please people. If it ain't your husband, if it ain't your wife, don't get caught up in relationships. If they wanted to marry you, they will marry you. If they wanted to be with you, they will be with you. You do not got to go out your way to show no love. Love, that's it. Don't be breaking your back doing all this stuff for folks. And they ain't never done when it's time for you. Or they can't come through when it's time for you. Or they got to put a limit when they come through for you. Or they so wrapped up in themselves, they can't come through for you. They can't do the right thing. They can't never do the right thing. You got to watch out for people like that. And there's nothing wrong with loving people from a distance. You don't have to hate them. You don't got to disrespect them. But love yourself. Put you first. You don't got to worry about friendships. God going to always send you people. He going to always send people in your life where everything going to work out. But it's up to you to decide the type of people you allow in your life. And as you go higher, it's going to be new people. Always pay attention to the signs. Focus on you don't get caught up in trying to live a certain lifestyle. You don't got to be in the streets to make money. You don't got to act hard to make money. But if you're going to do it, make sure you do it right. And even if you is doing wrong, still pray. Still pray. Ask God to give you guidance so you can do something different. If you're going to do something, do it right. Because that one mistake can cost you your life. No matter what it is, I don't care. Lean not on your own understanding. Put God in everything. He going to always lead you in the right direction. Even if you do something wrong for a little while, according to the world, certain ways you make money is wrong. So make sure you ask God to lead you the right way. And I wanted to give my testimony for people who had their cysts, who had their fibroids, who had cancer, who praying for kids, who want kids. And congratulations to my homegirl for forever. She would get pregnant and she wouldn't hold the baby long, but we was talking and she was like, I don't think I'm gonna ever have kids. And I was like, well, why you think you ain't gonna have kids? I'm like, you gonna have kids. And I was praying, and she's pregnant now. So, and she's married. She's been married. So I'm happy for her with that. And you know, power of the tongue. The power of the tongue is real. Speak life over you. Be careful what come out your mouth. Stop saying you broke. You not broke. You in between blessings. You don't got it right now. Stop saying you broke. You not broke. Stop saying you sick. Stop saying you depressed. I feel good. No matter what's going on, I feel good. You can cry, but get up. Don't stay there. Don't be stuck in the past. You still stuck on a relationship not working out in 2010. It's 2025. You still stuck on how somebody screwed you over in 2006. It's about to be 2025. Focus on your now, because what you have going on now isn't what was going on in your past. That's how we be sad. That's how we get depressed. That's how we always wonder why something always happen to me, because that's all you keep thinking about. You keep thinking about something that happened to you instead of looking at all the blessings you have, instead of looking at how far God done brought you. So work on that. Focus on your now. You're not going through what you was going through in the past. You're not the same person you was in the past. Even if you go through something similar, now you know what to do. Now you know not to go spending your money on alcohol or spending all your money on weed. You need to save your money. Now you know you can't buy them pair of shoes, you got to go without. Now you know to buy you something to eat. Now you know to go ahead and pay your bill first. Even if you got to stay with somebody, it's okay. Handle your business. Save your money. Even if every time you turn around, God gonna make a way. He always make a way. Don't he always make a way? You still messing with that man that was doing you wrong. You still messing with that woman that took you for granted. You still letting your kids run all over you. You still running around doing stuff for everybody that ain't helping you. I know you ain't. If you want a different life, honey. You still doing everything but going to God. You still looking for love in people instead of going to God. Love God. As long as you love God, you're going to be good. As long as you love yourself, you're going to be good. That's the key to life. Love God, love yourself, spend time with him, get in his word, and the power of the tongue. Speak life over yourself. Whatever you want, you can have. Whatever you want to do, you can do. Even if you don't got the money. God give you favor, mercy, and grace. God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Okay? You can be what you want to be. He give us messages and songs, messages and signs, messages and shows. Somebody could come through and say something you was just talking about. They didn't even know you was just talking about it. That's how God works. Everything is a sign. Everything is a message. Don't put a limit on God. Don't put God in a box. He's not just in church. He's everywhere. He's in the streets too. He everywhere. He a blessing to everybody. So you don't just got to find God in church. That's where we go to fellowship. But you can have church at home. You can find church in people. How they carry themselves, how they talk. You can find God in people. All of us have God in us. You go to church and you fellowship. But what we're going to do, we're going to meet people and we're going to bring them to God. And then they'll want to go to church. But you still have to make sure yourself is good, not to run people away. Because you just Mr. Goody Two Shoes or Miss Goody Two Shoes. You ain't never did nothing wrong. You ain't got no story. You ain't never been an alcoholic. You ain't never had sex. You ain't never smoked weed. You ain't never drank. You ain't never cheated. You ain't never did nothing wrong. Y'all got to stop that. You got to be honest about the lessons you learn. You got to be honest about your faults. That's the only way we're going to be able to change the world. It starts with us. And it starts with us being honest about the stuff that we did so we can help other people get out of certain situations. You can't help people get out of certain situations if you acting like you never did nothing. That's not how life works. And I done did a lot of stuff. And I'm grateful that I can help other people. But that's my testimony. If y'all made it this far, thank y'all for sharing. I pray that my story will bless y'all. I pray that my story will lead y'all to something. And y'all know I don't be getting emotional. Y'all know I don't like being soft. But I'm changing. God softening me up too. I'm not so hard. And I'm a different person. And I love who I'm going to be. And I want to be able to help y'all be the best person you can be. So you can be happy while we're here on life. And know that everything is in God's hands. It's nothing that we can do but trust him take our hand off the wheel and let him drive us. But you got to put your faith in God, and you got to trust him, and you got to talk to him. I don't care what it is. Just talk to him. Close your eyes, go in the room, talk to him. Before you get on that phone calling people, talk to God. Because how they're going through the same thing you're going through, or they got something else they're going through, they thinking they ain't even straight. So go to God first, then after you go to God, if you decide to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. But always talk to God first before you vent to somebody else. Because God going to give you that strength to get through everything. He going to be the one to get you right. He going to be the one to lift your spirits up. He going to be the one that have you smile again. He going to be the one that have you looking in the mirror like, I'm fine. Thank you, Lord. I made it through that. He going to be the one to get you right. So, you know, I love y'all. I thank y'all. I finally did it. It took me forever, but I finally did it. And this is my brother's clothing line, Blessed. Okay. He got a Blessed shirt, and then he got some for the smokers. All right. He got 2 different ones. So, you want to bless the world? Bless up. God bless. Change the world. Connect. Hit up Raz Trey B on Instagram, and I think it's Trey Beezy on Facebook. I'll make sure that I tag his name so y'all can support and get his merchandise. And I love y'all. I love my family. I know everybody didn't know what was going on. I don't blame y'all. But it was the people I seen all the goddamn time, and the people I talked to on a daily basis. And I know a lot of people. So it wasn't just a handful of people, or it wasn't just 3 or 4 people. It was a lot of motherfucking people that ain't check on me. And it was a lot of motherfucking people that ain't come through that I be running up and down the road for and always helping. Okay? So, you know, again, I ain't trying to talk about nobody. I ain't trying to make nobody feel no type of way. But this was my testimony. And that's how it happened. And that was my life. Okay? So, you know, I'm in a different place now. And, whew, I feel so free. I feel so free. I ain't running up and down the road. I ain't stressed. I ain't giving. You know, I'm receiving. I'm on the side of receiving instead of giving. Doing. Always there. But that one time, I couldn't do nothing for myself. I ain't get the same in return. Even a phone call would have helped. A phone call every day. Text messages, encouraging words, scriptures, gospel songs, something. I ain't get none of that. None of it. And it's okay. I don't feel no type of way towards nobody. I'm good and I'm blessed like I always am. No matter what I done been through, I've always been blessed. God always made a way. Honey, them entrepreneur skills, them gifts, them talents, baby, they come to pass. Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh. So thank y'all again. I love y'all, and I'm out of here.